Good morning, everybody. I'm out with Marco, our Havanese. This is actually my first time working with him. Josh has done all the work leading up to this. Marco is in the middle of his third week here. So at this point, we're transitioning handlers, changing from Josh to me, seeing how well they do with a new person. How do they test the boundary? Does he act like he's untrained? Is he trying to fool me? And we're also doing everything off leash. See, the leash is dragging. I really want to make sure the training is solid on the e-collar. Even if his owner is using a leash at home, I want to make sure he can do it just with e-collar. Adding the leash shouldn't change anything. All the knowledge like this is done without leash pulling, tugging, restraining. E-collar heel, let's talk about it. As I've talked about, heel literally means his head is at the level of your heel. So it's taught at the left and slightly behind because we've taught him to follow the leg as the visual. If he's too far ahead, he can't see the leg. If he's following your leg, he should be walking at your pace and any direction that you go. So if you want to walk slow, he'll do that. Now I'm going to tap he beat me to it. He left my leg for a second. I was going to start tapping my tone. That gets him back to my leg. If he ignores the tone, go to stem. Right here, I tap my tone, good boy. So if he wants to keep the e-collar off, he walks in heel. Sort of like if we want to avoid getting a speeding ticket, we go the speed limit. You can see him thinking so hard. He's literally looking at my leg, making sure he's staying in the right spot. Now, the glue that holds all this together obviously is his knowledge on the e-collar, but a big part of it is handler-dog respect and relationship. And what does he think he can get away with this person? Good boy. Let's see what he does when I come to a stop here. Good boy. Look at that awareness. So I came to a stop, he comes to a stop. If he were to kept going, I would say, wow, you're not paying very good attention to me. And that would be justification to click the button and recall him back if needed. Okay, let's talk about the other half of our program. Stay. Good boy. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. Love it. Good boy. So I just talked about movement, e-collar, heel. So really, if you break our program down into two parts, it's movement and stay, 50-50. Movement is getting your dog to come to you from wherever they might be and having them move with you nicely. No pulling, lunging, barking, dragging, sniffing, eating stuff off the ground, none of that. And getting them to come to you from wherever they might be. The other part is the stay. Can you get them to settle no matter what, wherever you are? And that is sit down or place. Okay, now notice I told him stay, he puts himself in the down. That is the coping skill. If he were to struggle at all, I could tell him down, but he's using it to self-soothe because he knows we like that. And he's trying to please us, right? At the drop-off, it was nonstop barking, nonstop lunging, no care in the world about the handler. And now we've shifted the mentality into one that's actually saying, what would my handler want? How can I please my owner, my handler? Okay, good, and that gets praised. Good boy. So I'm doing this in the court. I need to make sure I can get it here before I take it anywhere else. So we'll be going to Lowe's and the park, but I have to make sure I can get it here with little distraction. Some dogs, we come up to the court, I can't even get it here. So we know we have more work to do, but he's doing great. All right, now let's talk about the recall. As I said, recall is getting your dog to you from wherever they might be. It could even be inside your house. Whenever people say, oh, we don't need off leash, I say, well, what about inside your own house? You still want to get your dog to you. Have a way to get them to you and have a way to have them stay without always holding on to the leash or working with a bribe. So we train the recall, the verbal, C-O-M-E, paired with the beep, that beeps by his ear. The model e-collar that he's on is for small dogs, and it's got a 500-foot range. So half of a football field. Okay? I'm going to give him the verbal, tap the tone, and then I'm going to praise him, and he should come somewhere right here and stay. Come. Good boy. There he is. Good boy. Then he gets his pets. Bam. Look at that. Perfect. Who trained you? Perfect position. Amazing. Notice he's not jumping. He didn't get halfway and run away. He didn't go past me. Literally comes to the perfect spot, right at the target, and stays. Now the only way out of this is another command or a release. Okay, let's show you how I get him back into heel. So we're gonna say the word heel, and I'm gonna tap the tone a couple times. Heel. Good. Locks right in. So after you say heel and tap the T button, you should immediately look down and say, is he or is he not in heel? If he is, good boy. If he's not, right there, give him some information. I don't know if he thought I was stopping or what, but either way, my tone gets him right back into the walk. Beautiful. I am beyond impressed. We're gonna stop right now. There's a car coming. Some practical use of the commands. Good job. Heel, tap the tone, and we start walking. Wow. All right, we're walking back up to the house. I'm gonna show you how we get inside the house and how we work on our automatic default stay at thresholds, okay? So our style is never restraint. I'm gonna tell him stay, open the door. If he ignores my stay and bolts through the door, it's gonna be a correction stim, and then recall tone, and then repeat the whole thing until you get a default stay. Stay. I'm gonna go ahead and open the door. Such a good boy, looks right up at me, and then we're gonna release in. Break, good job. All right, now we're inside the house. I'm gonna put him on a brand new place bed. Place, tap the tone, good boy, stay. Nice job. If he doesn't lay down, I can tell him down. When we come in from any activity, walk, hike, playtime, yard time, whatever it might be, walking to the mailbox and back, we're always gonna practice the threshold, and then we're always gonna come in and go to place or crate. I'm never gonna walk in, unclip the leash, and give him free roam of my house. All right? We always wanna use structure until he's earned the privilege of being off leash. Another thing his owner said was a big problem at home was the shredding, chewing, and refusing to drop paper items. Bills, papers, tissues, toilet paper, paper towels. So I've got that all set up. There's two ways you can go about managing this inside your house. One, don't give him the opportunity to get the paper items. If he's using structure, place, kennel, or doing something directly with you, he should never have the opportunity to just walk around and find paper items, right? We understand life happens. We want to teach an out command if you do catch him with a paper item. So I'm gonna release him from the place bed. I'm gonna see what he does. I will be shocked if he goes after one of these, because we've been working on such a permission-based lifestyle that he's probably gonna get off that place bed and assume these are mine, right? And not to touch them, okay? But we'll see what he does. If he goes straight for it and picks it up, I'll show you how we do the out command. Break. Good boy. What's all this? Yeah, I knew it. He's not gonna touch it. That's what happens when you do permission-based training, apply structure, and oh, he's thinking about jumping on the couch. You thinking about jumping on the couch? Remember, everything's permission-based. So if he jumps on the couch, I'm gonna correct him, recall him back. If I want him on the couch, I would invite him up. He's thinking about it. You get on the couch at home? It's interesting, he values the couch over the paper products. All right, let's try a recall. Come. Good boy. Nice work, buddy. We're gonna work on that position. Nice job. All right, I'm very happy with this session. We're gonna release him. Break. Good job.